Salutations to Parabrahma Paramatma, to the Paramatma, to all the Guru Parampara, Swaguru. Salutations to Shruti Mata and all Mahatmas who are blessing us. Welcome you all, wonderful mumukshus wanting to get liberated from all bondages, jignasus wanting to know the truth, sadhakas wanting to do the sadhana for it, Shishyas of the Guru Parampara, Bhaktas, Priya Bhakta of Paramatma, and a serious, sincere, regular Shrotas. What a beautiful six qualifications, six qualities we all possess. Best of all the qualities, intensifying ourselves in these things can be kept in mind. In life, as a human, the first and foremost basic thing for evolution, both outer as well as inner, is called becoming aware more and more. Awareness is the basis. So, in the world outside, awareness about what is worthy of gaining, what is not worthy of gaining. Accordingly, once we decide with awareness what is worthy of gaining, be absolutely aware about how to work to achieve what is to be gained. Awareness again about that. Then, with full awareness, involving on those things, involving or doing those things, then we will become aware of the beautiful results coming. This thus outer worldly success also depends on how we are aware, conscious about what's worthy. Not everything should be gained. We should have common sense to discover, decide what's worthy of gaining. That worthy of gaining ultimately is spiritual. We talk it little later. But even in the world also, at every moment, suitable, non-suitable, useful, non-useful, helpful, non-helpful, or harmful things are around. So we should know what is worthy. Even simple things like the food when we go to the hotel, he will show in the menu 50 items. Common sense we should have that we should have the awareness regarding what is suitable to me, worthy for me from the tongue standpoint, from the stomach standpoint, from the pocket standpoint. Then one must order only that with full awareness. If we don't know what exactly worthy for us, and if we have wrongly ordered the things, there is nothing but instead of gaining happiness for which we go there, we only come with disappointment. Isn't it? यार ये क्यों मैंने मंगवाया, वो मंगवाना था, तो बेकार में पैसे खर्च हो गए, कोई टेस्टी नहीं था. Why should this happen? It should not. But why happens? We are not aware. In that way, in any of the laukika vyavahara of indulgence in the bhoga or doing any undertakings, achieving success in it, or even being interacted with people, we should know, have common sense awareness who is worthy of being our friend. A useless fellow we made as friend and spent 10 years wasted it. Thereafter यार ये बेकार था मेरा दोस्त, वो भी वही बोल रहा है. Then that's not a success. Correct person. You can't be lazy. You have to be aware there. You can't just take it for granted. चलो भगवान ने भेजा, भगवान को भेजा है, वो भेजते नहीं है ऐसे किसी को भी. He just puts people around. You should have awareness as to whom should be befriended. Awareness. Second important thing is what? Once you selected a person as friend, you should have the awareness again how to deal with him and what for the dealing. What should you gain from him? है ना, a good friend you made, a friend you made who is very convenient, good to you. और दोनों मिलकर ऐसे दुष्ट काम करने लगे, है ना, जिससे दोनों को पछतावा हो जाए, then again there is problem. That is why aware of with the beings also, what interaction, what relation, what to gain or expect, how to do that. ये सारे अवेयरनेस के ही ऊपर होते हैं. Become little subtler inside. Inside also, always we have to be aware about our antakarana in both ways. One, how it is spoiling the sport outside my inner antakarana. How my inner antakarana can make the outer sport beautiful. About these two things we have to very become awareful. And then whatever spoils the sport, obviously, consciously, effortfully select करके we have to delete them. Very essential. In the same way, all good abilities, qualities, traits, we don't get just by birth accidentally. Many of them we have to develop in us, create in us. So, what are those things? Inside, I have to create. So that my outer Vyavahara becomes beautiful for me and others. All it is consciousness, awareness. With awareness, we know, with effort, we do what is to be done. This is the way for evolution, succeeding. For example, the angers, the dominations, and the too much of expectations, insistences, which are from within, expressed outside in the form of words and actions, are very poisonous and detrimental for the mutual relation, friendliness, or cooperation, thereby getting success. उसके लिए ये obstruction है. The opposite quality से इसको हमें replace करना है consciously. To the extent we are aware of the good and bad, and to the extent we are changing the bad, removing the bad, adding the good, to that extent our inner thing is cooperative for the outer success, outer happiness. This is second. Third is again the same antakarana. Now spirituality starts. Should always be become aware of. We have to become aware. Then what are its traits? What are its natures, habits, which are detrimental for spiritual unfoldment? And what are the qualities that are required for the help in spirituality? This also have to become aware, is it not? In that mainly, the bhakti, abhakti, shraddha, ashraddha, regular, irregular, sincere, insincere. These are the things subtly. So too, toward the Guru Shastra, there is deep, strong faith, or it is not there. From the Guna Drishti, if we see, somehow or the other, the Tamo Rajo Gunas are overpowering me. Sattva is not there. Therefore, these Rajo Tamo are not conducive for spirituality. Somehow reduce them. Sattva is required. Somehow increase it. So too, Ashraddha is very destructive, detrimental. Shraddha is required. Replace Ashraddha by the Shraddha. So too, all other. Replace irregularity by regularity. Insincerity by sincerity. Laziness by hard work. Because in spiritual evolution also, all these are required, like in the outer success. We have to become acutely aware of them all the time. And the good things we replace, but like mercury, they slip and go away. Again, you have to catch hold and bring it back. The bad thing we remove, और फिर से कुत्ते की तरह ना डॉग को कहीं छोड़ के आओ, इतना विश्वास है, और फिर से ढूंढ कर आता है. हाँ, कैसे आ गए तुम मिस्टर डॉग? आई हैव सो मच विश्वास at you, मैंने पता कर लिया. The Durguna also, when you leave them, it appears to is left one day out of willpower. But the habits, vasanas strong, no? फिर से आ जाते हो, फिर से उनको निकाल के फेंकना है, फिर से आते हैं. It is a very long process till we totally master our inner personality, by which we are conscious, aware every moment of not allowing any these destructive negative traits to pop up. This is called a yogi's lakshana. We all have to become yogi to be a Vedantin. You have to become a yogi to be a bhakta. You have to be a yogi to be a karma yogi. Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. योगी परम स्थान उपैति चाद्यम. तो 6th chapter लास्ट बट वन, 8th chapter लास्ट, दोनों में भगवान योगी बनो बोलते हैं. योगी इज ही हु हैज फुल मास्टरी ओवर ऑल हिज फैकल्टीज, which we are studying from yesterday. No, the Ashtanga Yoga is aimed at mastering all our gross, subtle inner faculties. So, to our relation with the world, nothing is accidental, nothing is unaware or unconscious, nothing is by taking for granted. No, everything is full awareness. A master is a master. All great masters are masters of these, and because they are masters of these things, therefore they became the great masters, in the sense realize the self and all. Awareness number 3. First aware is outside, what's worthy, not worthy, and how to get the worthy, get out of the unworthy. Second is inner antakarana, which is wrong, unworthy for the outer beautiful vyavahara, worthy. तो उसका भी थोड़ा with awareness, as removing the inner things, negative, replacing them by positive. The prema, karuna, all of them are the ones which makes us, acceptable in the world, which makes us lovable by the world, trustworthy by the world. So they look for it. So replace your heart. Like even at home, children all will love when you have a lot of patience, love, when you forgive them, when you take care of them, concerned. ये सारे अंदर के गुण आउटर व्यवहार के लिए. So to a boss in your office, and you are regular, sincere, without complaint, demand, doing all the work. Even sometimes boss is angry for one or the other reasonable or unreasonable reason, still you are just smilingly taking inner things to tackle outer. Like India lost the World Cup yesterday. The whole India has taken it because they have the inner maturity. Yeah, we saw, we tried. जीतता होता तो अच्छा होता, but then that day the other team played well. Our youngsters were overpowered by a type of something that they could come up to their expected mark level. We are so fast Indians to digest it. Yeah, एंड थोड़ा इसी इंडियन को कॉमन सेंस आना चाहिए. ये बेवकूफ़ स्पोर्ट्स के पीछे पूरा ज़िंदगी बर्बाद मत करो. डोंट गिव टू मच वैल्यू टू वन स्पोर्ट, गिव टू मेनी अदर स्पोर्ट्स. सी द स्पोर्ट एज स्पोर्ट, डोंट मेक इट अ बिग इशू that the प्रधानमंत्री thought he will give the cup to the Indians. और किसको दे के आए? इंडिया, इंडिया, इंडिया ने दिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने लिया. Isn't it? But quickly, because again another sports, legend league, 10 over match, another series goes on coming this nonsense. Therefore, quickly we come out of it. But inner maturity. The words of the captain. We tried our best. It was not our day, he said. He was very sober, with all pain, disappointment, all that, but the words of wisdom. So to all commentators, wonderful it was. How I was surprised to see their maturity. And that's why they are able to present themselves in front of lakhs and lakhs of people. वेरी डिग्निफाइड, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल या बाद में आप जितना भी विचार करो क्यों हार गए, अब उसका क्या भाई, अभी हार तो गए अगले एक टाइम के लिए भी तैयार करो. So this was the second thing for every situation. Preventive way, and if you can't prevent, it has happened. Then how to deal with for minimum losses. Like na, like the children have become disobedient, angry. I mean, no, at the time of prevention, you have not done it. You are too much attached to them, pampered them, tampered them. Now they have come to that level. Now you have to be matured now to see that हाथ से बिगड़ना है बात. एंड फाइनली हाथ से नहीं बिगड़ना बात क्या है, अपने आप को बचाना है. बड़ी इज इम्पोर्टेंट. वी हैव टू सेव आवर ओन पीस ऑफ माइंड एंड ऑल. शांति या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शांति रूपेण. Now the fourth one is very important. Third is already discussed. Ki what are the inner again antakaranas, durvrittis which are obstruction to spiritual evolution. What are the sadvrittis which are helpful for inner evolution. Awareness about this is third awareness. But the most important, the fourth one. What is the fourth one? This is little more nothing outside to be done, but it is there inside to be done. That is through thoroughly studying the Shastras, becoming aware of the reality as the reality and ourselves, and becoming aware of the unreality as unreal and not the self. When the first three are properly done, especially the second and third, then the ability to do this fourth slowly comes, not overnight. That aware of the Shastra Jnana, through the Shastra Jnana, aware of the Atma Tattva, because we are studying the Atma Tattva Shastra now. So Atma Tattva ka aware, and aware that I am that. And at the same time aware about the Anatma, and aware that it is Anatma, I am not that. Like yesterday we were talking to the youth. Aware about the Kshetra, aware of the Kshetrajna, and be aware that you are Kshetrajna and not Kshetra. Thus, don't allow the Kshetra by any means to overpower you, the Kshetrajna, and bind you and enslave you. This all depends on what? More than doing, it is on awareness only. Our whole life depends of the human being. Evolution and evolution only on being aware or non-aware. When we are absolutely non-aware, in an intoxicated mood of mind's whims, fancies, without using intellect or the urgencies of the senses, urges of sense, when we behave in life, we are doomed to destruction. Such a one, when the life himself itself is destroyed, what to talk about is spirituality? Zero. On the other hand, if one develops this divine great required quality of living awarefully the life, not only the outer successes, not only inner managements for outer successes, not only gaining qualification for spirituality, with the awareness, he can become one with that ultimate awareness. I am pure awareness finally. Conscious awareness with regard to those which are awared by me. Otherwise, I am pure consciousness. Jnapti Swarupa. That is existing, therefore it is Satta. It is internal, infinite, therefore it is Ananta. So Sattachita Ananda or Satyam Jnanam Ananta. Aware of it. Always aware of that. In this also दो level होते हैं. एक intellectual knowledge. Keep on remembering the sentences of Upanishads which talk about our nature to be this awareness and brooding over, contemplating over. है ना? Till that is fully understood. Understand होते ही acceptance होता है. Because it is a truth, it is a fact. These are all intellectual. Then, so to remain to be awareness, remain to be that conscious Satchitananda with awareness. I am this, I am this. That is the meaning of Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. And like these hundreds and thousands of stotras are there, no? आत्म तत्व स्तोत्र, उसमें हमको अपने स्वरूप का अवेयरनेस का ही अभ्यास बार बार कराते. Like in the Bhakti Stotras, the Mahima of the Lord is reminded for our awareness again and again, so that we surrender to Him in devotion. In Jnana Marga, we are repeatedly made to become aware of our essential nature, not to fall from it. Once it is sufficiently done, then we recognize ourselves to be that. Okay. सच थिंग इज नॉट अंडरस्टूड. इसलिए अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए झूठ बोलना पड़ता है. झूठ इज व्हाट? वी बिकम दैट. व्हेन वी से वी बिकम दैट, इट अपीयर्स टू बी understandable and acceptable. But actually, it's not becoming, no? Like I become doctor. Earlier, I was not. I studied medicine, I became lawyer. In this way, it was never that I was not Atma, that now I became. बट समझाने के लिए झूठ बोलना पड़ता. बट अदरवाइज नॉट बिकमिंग, बट आई रियलाइज दैट आई एम दैट अवेयरनेस. ऑल ऑफ दैट इज हैपनिंग अवेयरनेस. देयरफॉर अवेयरनेस को डेवलप करना है. अवेयरनेस इज द लक्षण ऑफ द शुद्ध सत्वगुण. इन तमो रजोगुण we can never become aware. Tamoguna to we are in the sleepy mood. Mood of bhumika. In rajoguna, continuously get distracted. क्षिप्त विक्षिप्त होता है. हमारा दृष्टि एक जगह टिका नहीं रहता. इसलिए we cannot be aware. But when the antakarana is brought into the sober, beautiful sattva guna, we can have awareness, which is so essential. So today's very important discussion we had for last 20 minutes. Ponder over it. Whatever helps us in increasing our awareness level, it is sadhana. Whatever makes us forget awareness and like a drunkard, drug addict, in an intoxicated manner, we live our life, whether spiritual or worldly, we are not going to succeed. May our awareness level grow till we discover that we are awareness. And that awareness is pure consciousness, and other than that is nothing. That alone is reality. So may we go towards that goal. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शन तत्त्वविदौ भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. ओं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शन सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्वशान्ति विश्व एकता विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापनकार्ये ये निष्ठिताः अस्माकं सह समस्त भक्ताः सेवकाः साधकाः आचार्याः गुरवः महानुभावाः संस्थाः तेषां सर्वेषां परिपूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्यादि वीर्य विजयादि सत्संपदा शक्ति सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर समस्त रूप विघ्न शत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य दिग्विजयार्थम ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायण माद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम मनस्तापतमः शान्त्यै यस्य पादनगच्छड शरदिन्दुरिवा भाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ओम अथ श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेयारण्यकांतर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषदु शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः पारायणम्। Chant these 6 mantras. It will be every day. That parayana part we continue doing as long as you come to my class. Other acharyas may not do, they may teach you straight away the subject. But right now, my mind says do parayana every day, become familiar with the mantras. When I also evolve to that level, then without chanting, I may do it. But now I'm at the lower level of myself, not aware of the mantras. So, from the heart, right from beginning, giving importance to the Shastra has been the nature. Isn't we are seeing it, no? Any stotra, any text, we give importance to Parayanam. The Lord is making us do so far. Tomorrow, if He says us, then no need to chant, straight away do lecturing, I will do. We don't know. It both have their own advantage. Only straight away go to the lecture, those 6 minutes are saved. Chanting karoge, so you become familiar with the chantings and mantras. I to prefer that any number of commentaries, lectures are secondary. What reveals from the original mantra alone is primary. When we are chanting the mantra with respect, reverence every day, I believe that the artha of the mantra perfectly gets revealed as it was given by the writer of those mantras or the ones to whom it was revealed. Chant ओम अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। ओम पुरुषे हवायमादितो गर्भो भवति यदेतत् रेतः तदेतत् सर्वेभ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतम् आत्मनि एव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तद्यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अतेन च जनयति तदस्य प्रथमं जन्म तत्स्त्रिया आत्मभूयं गच्छति यथा स्वमङ्गं तथा तस्मादेनां न हिनस्ति सा शेतमात्मानम् अत्र गतं भावयति सा भावयित्री भावयितव्या भवति तं स्त्री गर्भं बिभर्ति सोऽग्र एव कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति चेत् कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति आत्मानमेव तद्भावयति येषां लोकानां सन्तत्या एवं सन्तता हि इमे लोकाः तदस्य द्वितीयं जन्म सः अस्य अयम् आत्मा पुण्येभ्यः कर्मभ्यः प्रतिधीयते अथा अस्य अयम् इतरे आत्मा कृतकृत्यो वयोगतः प्रएति स इतः प्रयन् एव पुनर्जायते तदस्य तृतीयं जन्म तदुक्तम् ऋषिणा गर्भेनु सन् अन्वेषाम् अवेदम् अहं देवानां जनिमानि विश्वा शतं मा पुर आयसीः अरक्षन् अधः शेनो जवसा निरधीयम् इति गर्भे एव एतत् शयानः वामदेव एवमुवाच स एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीरभेदात् ऊर्ध्वम् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् समभवत्. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, after first Adhyaya, 3 Khanda studied before second Adhyaya's beginning, which has only one Khanda, Bhagavan Adi Shankara with the Purva Pakshi. So much of deep contemplation, discussion going on. First topic of discussion was what is the purpose of Vakyartha of the entire first 3 Khandas of first Adhyaya, in which the Paramatma created Srishti, entered the Srishti, got bound, did sadhana, got liberated. 4 aspects. That was dealt with us exhaustively yesterday. And while telling it, Bhagavan Adi Shankara summarized all the 3 Khandas. And so beautifully, tactfully, while doing so, he was explaining to us the Swarupa of the real Atma Vastu. Like, उत्पत्ति स्थिति प्रलय क्रतु असंसारी सर्वज्ञ सर्वशक्ति सर्ववितु. These are the things to be kept in mind about Paramatma. Once we come to the Shastra Adhyanam, we have to have tremendous amount of Medha Shakti, memory, to remember all these. Then only the study or contemplation or discussion with others or question answers, they all can be done effective. We can't afford to forget Jab Ka Tab. Khaskar these important things. So that Paramatma. Second topic is from himself only. Third topic is without taking anybody or anything's help. Fourth one, created the world. सर्वशक्ति सर्वविद सर्वमिदं जगत् स्वतः अन्यद्वस्तु अंतरम अनुपादाय एव आकाशादिक्रमेण आकाश वायु अग्नि जल पृथ्वी औषधि अन्नम शरीर in that kramena sruštva up to this. This is what was covered in the first and second khanda. In the third khanda also half of it was this. Toward the end, the Simanam Vidarya Pravishat. The reason or purpose of Pravishat is explained here so clearly. Ki, so Atma Prabodhanartham Sarvani cha Pranadimat Sharirani Swayam Pravivesh. Nobody compelled or forced him to enter. Swayam Pravesha, he himself entered. That by saying these things, his Swatantrata, his Shakti, they are the ones we have to recognize. Then corresponding doubts should be dropped. Second one, the purpose, no two purposes, only one. What is that one? Swatma Prabodhana Artham. This Swatma Prabodhana Artham, said here by Shankara, is in the Katha Mundaka Upanishad as Yameva Esha Brunute Tena Labhyaha Tasya Esha Atma Swam Tanum Vibrunite. Swatma Prabodhanartha means there it is said as self reveals to the one whom he has chosen. So here to reveal himself to the sadhaka entered. इसको भक्ति शास्त्र में रामायण में क्या कहा? सोई जानत जय देव जनाई, है ना? He alone knows Rama whom Rama permits, blesses. He alone can know Rama. If his permission is not there, nobody can know him. So here also, to make himself revealed, available, he has entered. And remember, when that topic we were discussing, and with what thought he entered inside, what he wanted to do. Sakshi Rupena, becoming the Bhokta of all that. And in the subsequent sentences also, the Paramatma, Sarupa having entered inside also revealed to us for us to get revealed. So, Atma Prabodhanartham. Now, the beautiful thought here is कि सर्वाणि च प्राणादिमत शरीराणि स्वयं pravivesha. All the shariras in which the life is there, he has entered for the recognition. In that, all other be attentive beings other than human generally don't have the ability to recognize the Lord present in them. है ना, पशु पक्षी वनस्पति में भगवान है, but they don't have the mental intellectual capacities to recognize that Paramatma. Therefore, they live life according to the Paramatma's promptings in nature. They can't become sadhakas, keeping Paramatma as sadhya. You and I are given evolved and continuously evolvable and should be evolving mana buddhi, with which we can recognize that Paramatma who has entered and seated in our heart. All Upanishads, this topic is commonly studied by us. Main thing is that only. Okay, why the Lord entered? Swatma Prabodhanartham. For himself to reveal himself to the one who got identified as a jiva. They are not two people. That is a big topic which is very heavy. We are going to study from day after tomorrow, which will take 6-7 दिन for me to explain. बढ़िया डीप टॉपिक, उसको मैं समझ कर आपको बता पाऊँ तो आई एम लक्की, यू आर लक्की. देखते हैं. तो he is explaining to us beautifully in this way. Okay, having entered, he got entangled through the tadatmya. All of that Bhashyakara said to us in that earlier mantras, third khanda of the first adhyaya. Then बाद में क्या हुआ? It took time. We went through. Then the listen the topic that Paramakarunika Acharya did the Bherinada of the Mahavakya in the Karnamula of this stupor or slumberous, sleepy individual sleeping to his own essential self because of identifying the Upadhi. That's when Satma Prabodha Krut शब्दिकाया, है ना, अपने आत्मा का प्रबोधन कराने वाले शब्द वाले महावाक्यों का भेरी नाद. All that there it is said, therefore Shankara is not saying here, but we should add to it. That pravishyacha, उससे पहले प्रवेश किया, फिर संसारी हो गए. Now he is awakening. For awakening, he cannot by himself, even though so many anartha and dukkha of so many sorts come like a mudgara prahara in his life. All that is very crucial. Then only we forgive ourselves and go ahead in sadhana. We forgive others and allow them to grow in life. If this truth is understood, that this is how many anarthas come, yet we don't wake up. That is how it is. That doesn't mean therefore we should not wake up. Then how we wake up, that thing we have to do. And we wake up only when Paramakarunika Acharya Mahavakyas we listen. Vedanta Mahavakya Prabodha. Now how subtle and important this point. In world people, everybody is suffering every day with so many anarthas. Yet they are not waking up to the truth. They are still trying to find solutions, improvements in the same world. भाई उनको आचार्य नहीं मिले. But you and I also are in the same world. Like them, we are also going through all dukkha and suffering. But we got our gurus who are guiding us, who are doing that karna में जो भेरी नादा of the महावाक्य. मूलतः कभी धीरे धीरे जा रहा है, वो स्लो ही जाएगा वो. It is like those 41 people captured. Slowly only the drilling can be done horizontally or vertically. You cannot just suddenly do everything will collapse. वो तो फिर वो समाधि हो जाएगा उनका. धीरे धीरे है. तो कल तो कह रहे हो अभी 2.5-3 दिन लगेंगे. They got all equipments. You know, the roads and buildings minister is supervising it. स्लोली ही होता है. हमारा भी हो रहा है और ऐसे अलग करते जाओ, एक दिन जरूर होगा. awakening by the grace of Acharyas. First, theoretically, to our essential nature. Second, through the practice and sadhana, experientially. Then we are liberated. Full proof are the Upanishadic knowledges. If we follow, definitely moksha comes. Never ever have ashraddha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddha Rupena. Yesterday we studied, no? To Shraddha se padna. So, filling up all the gaps with the earlier commentary, continuation में क्या कहा? प्रविश्य च सम आत्मानं यथा भूतम इदम ब्रह्म अहमस्मि इति साक्षात प्रत्यबुध्यत. So in this, three things never forget. One, when he was getting taught by the Guru, he understood and awakened to that truth, idam rupena. Because the transaction happens only when you speak objectively. Secondly, objective understanding never gives moksha. Therefore, he has converted by his own meditation into subjective experience. Having experienced it subjectively, either to report to the Guru or to tell to the next generation of disciples, again he will have to talk idam rupena only. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ परोक्ष प्रियाय वही देवाह, परोक्ष प्रियाय वही देवाह. इससे हमने कहा उस दिन, जिंदगी भर के लिए डाउट चला जाएगा कि व्हाट द सेल्फ इज टॉट ऑब्जेक्टिवली, एक्सपीरियंस्ड सब्जेक्टिवली, कम्युनिकेटेड कन्फर्म्ड अगेन ऑब्जेक्टिवली. ऑब्जेक्टिवली मीन्स उनके बारे में बोलना पड़ता है, उसके बारे में, लाइक निद्रा, talk objectively that it is good if I have sufficient sleep, etc. Then you do whatever to be done and experience it subjectively. Then when you get up, the others ask you, the hosts, थक के आए थे, आप कह रहे थे, wanted to sleep. Did you have your sleep well? Yes, very good, 7 hours. I was not aware only anything. I wonderfully slept. It is objective telling. Self also. That is why Shankara struggle. Pravishyacha samatmanam. His own self. Yatha bhutam. As it is. Idam Brahma. In a idan rupena he knows first. Later on, ahamasmi iti. I am that. To that sakshat, in his own experiences, prabudhyata, he has awakened. मोक्ष हो गया. उपनिषद तो पूरा मोक्ष बता दिया, स्पेशली इन द 13th मंत्र. आई टोल्ड यू नो, अध्यारोप इज 12th श्लोक तक, 13th इज अपवाद, 14th इज जस्ट परोक्ष प्रियता, वह बताया हमको. ओके, नाउ वाक्यार्थ. तस्मात्, तस्मात्, the purpose of the entire 3 khandas of first chapter in one sentence. If this is missed, everything is missed. For this only all of that. Tasmat, therefore, Saha eva sarva sharireshu ekah eva atma na anyah iti. Therefore, that Brahman alone is the self in all the shariras, one without second, nobody other than him. Can we become very deep in the understanding and acceptance of this Upanishadic authority wala sentence? Bhagavan Adi Shankara speaking from his own experience, wala sentence. That Brahman alone is there as Atma in every of the being, one without second. Just to see how much our orientation, response to the world totally changes. तस्मात् सह एव सर्वशरीरेषु एकः एव आत्मा न अन्यः इति. He alone is that self in all, nobody else other than him. This is what in our 13th chapter yesterday we were discussing for the youth, second shloka. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu. In all the kshetras, the kshetrajnas are not one per kshetra. It is one without second, and that is me, Arjuna. I came here as Krishna, earlier I came as Rama, I came as something or the other at different timings for different purposes. But these are all not all my expressions, they are not me. Like I am expressing here as a speaker. Only speaker is not me. I express as speaker, talker, listener, doer, seer, इतना मैं करता हूँ, बट मैं इसमें से इसके सबके अतीत हूँ, इन सबका आधार हूँ. Isn't it? So सर्वक्षेत्रेषु माम क्षेत्रज्ञम इति विद्धि. What a powerful shloka it is. And we explained to the youth yesterday, your body, my body different, your senses, my senses different, your intellect, my intellect, your mind, my mind, all are different. But the consciousness cannot be different. As much you are conscious of anything, I am also conscious of anything. In the consciousnesses, the two will not be there, the variety will not be there. Same consciousness. Overpowered by the identity with the upadhis, we are not identifying with our conscious self. Therefore, we are not able to see the same conscious self in every being, plant, animal, human, anything. This is the Vakyarth. So pictureize whole thing. He was alone there. He did the Ikshana. He wanted to create lokas. He created then the Lokapalas. All of that. Finally क्या है? Entered, जीव हो गया, got awakened from the Guru, recognized his self. When he says, it is said, he has recognized Pratyabuddhyata means what? Self alone is one without second. One without second alone is there in all the beings as the self. सह एव सर्वशरीरेषु एकः एव आत्मा न अन्यः इति. This, if it enters into us, we are fruitfully studying Upanishads. Our study is in right track. Main sentence. Any samshayas in that keep on working out, but only through sadhana the experience comes. In that, first is experiencing the self in us, as it is said in the Upanishad, that he has experienced. Then, from that standpoint, when we see in every and the other beings, everywhere the same Atma is there. That Atma upamena sarvatra or yasmin sarvani bhutani Atma eva abhut vijanatah. In Upanishad, everywhere same thing we see, na? Kena Upanishad mein, Bhagavad Gita mein, Ishavasya mein. So, two things. Therefore, all our spiritual effort is to touch the core of the self. First in us, and then in and through everybody. There our journey ends. That is a reality. That alone is a reality. That's infinite. That is free. That is bliss. Everything else is superimposed on that. How much ever a realistic, solid, experiential the world may appear, but absolutely only self is real. Huh. Isn't it? Like the stars, when you look at the sky, it is said that the star which we are seeing now there is already displaced by millions of kilometers. Why? Because for the light to come from here, it takes so much time. उतने टाइम में वो कहीं गया हो. और कोई बात दूसरी और बात सूक्ष्म कहते हैं. Thousands of stars which we are seeing now, they have destroyed already. They are not there, gone into black hole. But we think that they are there because the kanti coming from it we are seeing. Isn't it? I'm just giving the example as to you see, but still it's not there. So to the experienced, but not real. Okay. Yeah? Now this point that in every being the Paramatma alone is there as an Atma and he is one without second. That is what is a little more substantiated by other Upanishadic quotes. भगवान आदि शंकर उपनिषद को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए भी उपनिषद का कोट लेते हैं. So that Shastra alone is Pramanam and your own Anubhuti Pramanam. So just because I am telling, don't believe. And you don't like me, therefore, because I am telling, don't disbelieve also. कभी कभी होता है ना बंदे को देखकर हम मानते भी हैं और बंदे को प्यार करते हैं। तो इफ यू डोंट लव दैट पर्सन, बंदे को सुनकर मानेंगे नहीं, इसने कहा था मैं मानूंगा ही नहीं। तो शंकरा सेज योर मानो या ना मानो इज शुड नॉट बी बेस्ड ऑन मी, इट शुड बी बेस्ड ऑन द शास्त्र। तस्मात् शास्त्रम प्रमाणम। Therefore, he gives one or two quotation. He says कि अन्यः अपि, in some other Upanishad also same thing is said. What is that? Samah atma brahma asmi iti evam vidyatu. लोट लकार में बताया वहां, गुरु टेल्स टू डिसाइपल एज एन एडवाइस, ओ माय डियर फ्रेंड, सही सम आत्मा, आत्मा is sama, it is same. That same word in English came from sama only. Sama Atma, that Atma is Brahma, and that Brahma Ahamasmi, iti evam vidyat. In this way, first intellectually understand, then on the seat of meditation, you really experience it if you try to trace that one in the cave of your heart. Again, Samaha Atma Brahma Asmi iti evam vidyat. Sama Atma is the self in all is same. That self in all is same is in Upanishad called as Brahma. And that Brahma Aham Asmi इति विद्यात. इसमें क्या हुआ फिर? आत्मज्ञान होगा, हो गया, ब्रह्मानुभूति हो गया, ब्रह्मात्म के बोध हो गया, सर्वात्म भाव भी हो गया. क्लियर? आत्मानुभूति, ब्रह्मानुभूति, ब्रह्मात्म एक बोध, सर्वात्म भाव. सर्वात्म भाव is after the experience expression that Atma in everyone is me only. So, Samaha Atma Brahma Aham Asmi iti Vidyat. Iti in one Upanishad it is said. Another one in Chandogya and all we see कि आत्मा वा इदम एक, हाँ हियर ओनली, यहाँ का ही कोट कर रहे हैं. देखो, आत्मा वा इदम एक एव अग्र आसीत इति. You see in this very Upanishad in the beginning only it was said, no, Atma va idam eka eva agre asit. Only one self was there in the beginning. And iti, toward the end what I said, Brahma tatamama tatamam. So Brahma tatatamam iti cha uktam. So in this very Upanishad we see the quotations. Isn't it? I explained to you as a Sambandha Bhashya, but it is not baseless, it is with the base. So by saying these two, Upakrama Upasamhara Ekata. In the Upakrama beginning, what is said? Ki Atmava idam eka eva agre asit. That is called beginning. Then the whole Srishti, entry, Bandhanam, Acharya Upadesham, realization, all have happened. And when it happened, what is the last sentence? Brahma tatamama pashyatu. है ना? तो ब्रह्म तततमम, बृहत्वाद ब्रह्म, और सर्वम तततमम means सर्वम ततम. But how can it be sarva tatam? Only when it is there everywhere. How can it be everywhere? Only when it is one without second. So the one without second आत्मा से शुरू करके one without second आत्मा से conclude हुआ. तो उपक्रम उपसंहार एकता. That is why this is the theme of this Upanishad. This is the theme of all Upanishads. This is the essence of all Vedanta. This is the experience when gained, one becomes mukta. Anyatra cha. Okay. Somewhere else also such thing is said. Very interesting, simple one. कहते हैं अन्यत्र क्या कहा? सर्वगतस्य, the one who is all pervading, सर्वात्मनः, सर्वात्मनः, the one who is the self of all. Remember, बालाग्रमात्रमपि अप्रविष्टं न अस्ति. There is no place, even as small as the hair, H-A-R, Bala Agra. So the Bala Agra, Bala is a Sanskrit. हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कि बाला अग्र. बाला अग्र मतलब द हेयर का जो एंड होता है ना, उतना हेयर का एंड का जगह जो है उतना भी नहीं है वेयर दिस परमात्मा हैज नॉट एंटर्ड. दैट मीन्स एवरीवेयर ही हैज एंटर्ड. तो बालाग्र मात्रमपि, उतना छोटा जगह भी अप्रविष्टम न अस्ति, भगवान के द्वारा एंटर नहीं किया हुआ जगह नहीं है. Therefore सब जगह पे वो एंटर्ड है ना. This comes in Chandogya Brihadaranyaka. It is said in Kathopanishad in a different way, very subtle. Balagra Shataka Bhagasya Shatadha Kalpidasya cha. And the minuteness of Paramatma, Sukshmata, बताने के लिए that example लिया. बालाग्र शतभागस्य शतदा कल्विदस्य means a hair को आप 100 parts में split करो, not काट काट के, उसको ऊपर से you go horizontally split 100 types hair. अभी कर लेना. थोड़ा नींद से जागृत हो जाएगी. And each one again you make 100 times. How sukshma is that? The Atma is like that. By saying so, it is said, don't attend to the stulata there. In that way, the Atma is very, very minute and very, very subtle. Subtle intellect alone can comprehend it, apprehend it. So, this balagrasada bhagasya shadada kalpidasya cha, it comes in, I think, Mandukya, what you call the Karikas also, it comes somewhere also. So here the other thing he says, means another quotation is Balagra matram api apravishtam na astiti. Okay, this is a Paramatma. So this discussion is over. What is the discussion? Sarvatmya and Sarva Vyapakatva of the Atma, and that Atma is me. Ye Sara explained away. That is the purpose of the study so far of this Upanishad. Now discussion about the second aspect of the thing. What is it? When Bhagavan is all pervading, isn't it? How come he has entered Simanam Vidariya? That is taken up for discussion. Then another topic, then another topic. In this way, 5, 6 very crucial topics are discussed, with which a lot of deep understanding comes, which removes so many Vedantic doubts. अब तो एक पता चला ना कि the uddesha, the vakya, the sentence, the final net sentence, outcome sentence of the entire so far studied topic, it is what? Atma eka eva sarva vyapakaha. है ना, सह एव सर्व शरीरेषु एक एव आत्मा नान्यः इति. That one self alone is there in all beings as the self. To this conclusion, this topic so far brought us. Quotations दे दिया, हो गया. Therefore, in every of the beings, the self in them is one, that is Brahma, and that is me. This has to be realized on the meditation. Finally, ध्यान में ही all स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण किसी भी पद्धति से पार करके we have to reach that. किसी भी पद्धति means using the words defining the Atma as they are given, defined or indicating the Atma. Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam ityadi, or the other prakriyas of Atmanatma, Viveka, Jada Chetana, Viveka, Drashta, Drishya, Viveka. No, these are all the processes. Anything you take up, all of them will work to take us to the experience of the self, which theoretically is concluded here in this portion so far. One conclusion. Now, second discussion. Ki katham simanam vidarya prapadyata pipilika iva sushiram. देखो, there is a hole. One ant came, it entered. You are saying that Bhagwan ने सीमानम विदार्य अंदर प्रवेश किया, ऐसा. How can it be possible? First of all, he is everywhere there, and no need or no possibility of entering. Second is what? He made a small hole and like an ant घुस गए. Today I was seeing they are making a big little tunnel to send more fresh air and food. मैंने कहा उससे बंदे को बाहर खींचो ना फिर. क्या, I don't know what's. But they say space is there inside that tunnel for them to have. But the chemicalized gases, etc., troubling them. I was always concerned about them. जल्दी बाहर निकल जाए बेचारे जीव. देखो नरक ऐसा ही होता है. This is a sample of नरक. All these which we see, the terrible accidents and all, नरक के सैंपल है. फायर एक्सीडेंट में ऐसे मर जाते, कार एक्सीडेंट में ऐसे ही, फ्लड में चले जाते हैं. डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट वी डू, पुण्य पाप, वी गो थ्रू दैट भोग. सब सीख लेना हमको बाबा. इसलिए जीरो पाप फ्रॉम नाउ ऑन इन आवर लाइफ. इसका मतलब कल तक पाप कर रहे थे। सो वी हैव टू कांट अफोर्ड दैट दुःख। सेम टाइम वेदांत में पढ़ने से इवन आउट ऑफ पास्ट प्रारब्ध, पास्ट कर्म, पाप कर्म, इन द प्रेजेंट इवन दैट प्रारब्ध comes with Vedantic jnanam, we can come out of it. Only Vedantic jnanam. I am the self who is all pervading, in whom whole world is projected. One of the projected is these panchakoshas. It has a way of born out birth according to prarabdha. It also has a way of death according to prarabdha. So each one is dying one way or the other. This death is happening this way. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? वेदांता टेल्स है ना, दया की निकट विवेक चूड़ामणि तत्व बोध में कहते हैं ना, the ज्ञानी says, let my body fall anywhere. How does it matter? Like when a leaf falls from the tree, whether it falls in the gutter, whether it falls in शिवलिंग, nothing to do with the tree. ट्री को कुछ फर्क नहीं. शरीरं पततु काश्यां वा स्वपचस्य गृहेत वा ज्ञान संप्राप्ति समये मुक्तोऽसौ विगताशयः. कुल्यायामतनध्यायं वा शिवक्षेत्रेऽपि चत्वरे पर्णं पतति चेत्तेन तरोः किं नु शुभाशुभम्. Vedantic vision. Whether the body, it will die in America or India or a plane crash or in a natural death, effortless night में, नींद में, क्या, these are all predestined. One need not worry. And all that happens to the Deha, not even the Jiva. I am not even Jiva, I am the self. So when we strengthen this knowledge of Atma, of the Upanishads, by lot of study, contemplation study, उसके बाद द मिथ्या जगत सत्य दिखना बंद हो जाएगा. ऑल सृष्टि स्थिति लय ये सब ही मिथ्या है. तो व्हाट टू टॉक अबाउट वन बॉडी बॉर्न एंड डाइंग. But we have to awaken to that knowledge very deeply from the core of our heart, which requires, like what you are doing, so much of listening, contemplating. Keep it up. I will also continue because मुझे भी इसमें समझ में आ रहा है, मजा भी आ रहा है. Once you start understanding, you will be happy more and more. Good, our group of few of us, continue Upanishadic study, increase our Atma Tattva Jnana, first Bauddhika, then Anubhavika, then come out of all bondages. Clear. Now, Seemanam Vidarya Prapadyata Pipilika iva Sushiram Katham. अब ये बताओ भाई, वो खोपड़ी को खोलकर how did one enter in it? Like this ant entered through a hole or made a hole and entered? बना सकते हैं छोटे जीव वो भी आगे जाने के लिए. Isn't it that question? सीमानम विदा. अब देखो गुरु महाराज यहाँ, अरे मेरे प्यारे, you are asking one question, one doubt, but you just be having little common sense. What is studied in the first three khandas, first chapter, everything is questionable, not only what you have asked. Then the पूर्व पक्ष, इसका मतलब ये सब झूठ बोला नहीं, उसका एक पर्पस है. This is how the discussion. Next topic. That will be very thoroughly explained, that question. Simanam Vidarya, and including all the three khandas. Then comes the discussion. That means from the study of this Upanishad, there are three types of Atmas are there then. That is a question raised by Moravax. Then Guru will struggle to explain. Discussion में तीन दिखाया, लेकिन तीन होने का संभावना नहीं है, एक ही है. And to bring our attention to that one Paramatma, though appearing as three, what beautiful discussion logic Shankara does here is so powerful. But हमारा दिमाग उसको समझने का कैपेसिटी रखना चाहिए, है ना? We should have that subtlety, patience to listen, subtlety to grasp, again patience to contemplate, and subtlety to understand. But these are the crucial things, in Shastra. एक बार पल्ले पड़ जाते हैं ना, they will just destroy so much of misunderstandings, ignorances and consequent miseries, bondages. ये है ज्ञान का जनरल शक्ति, और वो भी वेदांत ज्ञान का तो असीम शक्ति. करोड़ों जन्म से आता हुआ, करोड़ों जन्म तक फैलने वाला सारे संसार बंधन को एक ही जन्म में एक क्षण में अनुभव पाते ही चला जाता. Just like in a gufa, darkness is there from 10,000 years. But you just light a lamp, put a torch, it doesn't take 10,000 years to go away. The darkness, instantaneous. If the torch is not put, that gufa will be in andhakar for next 10,000 years. आत्मज्ञान का शक्ति देखो भैया, होना चाहिए बस. बौद्धिक समझदारी से ही हमको संसार में फंसने का फ्रीडम मिलता है. मतलब अभी नहीं फंसेंगे उसमें, फंसने से फ्रीडम. बट एक्सपीरियंस भी कर लो ना, तो देन वी सी, ओह आई एम दैट सेल्फ, नॉट ऑल दिस. बट दैट स्ट्रगल इन बिटवीन वेयर द उपाधिज पुल अस टू आइडेंटिफाई where our outer obligations, on the name of obligation duty, we express our enjoy our own vasanas. ये सारा खचरा, that's why Lord gave us today that as introduction for 20 minutes, to know what are the inner traits or weaknesses which are obstacles for spirituality, eliminate them. Awareness. So to become aware of what qualities to gain, है ना. आज इंट्रोडक्शन में डिस्कस करवाए भगवान हमसे इन्हीं बातों का. आज का इंट्रोडक्शन जरूर सुनना, कम से कम और एक बार. मैं भी सुनता हूँ. Now when he says कथम लाइक ए चींटी की तरह अंदर घुस गए भगवान. पिपीलिका इव सुशिरम, सुशिर इज सुराख, जो हिंदी में कहते हैं उर्दू में, और सुशिर शब्द से ही आया. into a small hole that ant has entered, like that how from the सीमानम विदार्य थोड़ा सा रास्ता करके अंदर चले गए भगवान. देखो भाष्यकार का कहना सुनो. ननु अति अल्पमिदम चोद्यम. अरे व्हाट यू डाउटेड एंड क्वेश्चन इज वेरी स्मॉल. बहुचोद्यम बहुचात्र चोदयितव्यम. In this topic there are hundreds of things to be questioned and doubted, lot of them. Now what are the things that can be questioned? Guru himself is putting in front. And what are they? What we studied so far. I'll just go through the flow. Tomorrow we see that. He says, akarana tat san akarana san ikshata. लिखा है कि he has got no indriyas but still he has seen. ये भी एक सवाल तुमको पूछना चाहिए. देन अनुपादाय किंचिद लोकान सृजत. अरे विदाउट द टेकिंग ऑफ हेल्प ऑफ एनी मटेरियल ही क्रिएटेड द वर्ल्ड. About this also you must ask question, my dear Purupakshi. So to Adhyah Purusham Samudrutya Amurchayatu. From the water he brought the Purusha and he gave a shape to that Purusha. Some bakwas hai ye to. You should ask question about this also. How can you bring the water and shape it? पानी को लेकर शेप बनाना. फ्रिज में लगा तो आइस होता है वो, तो वो सब लिखा नहीं. वो फ्रिज में लगाकर उसको एक डिब्बे की तरह वो आइस हो गया था. Like the other day you saw that young child in that glass or something, put water, put in refrigerator. After 1-2 days he brought out and opened it. It was like Shivlinga. He has put it like Amarnath Shivji and he did Abhishek. So the quotation is what श्रद्धा है तो अमरनाथ तक जाने की जरूरत है. आपके फ्रिज में ही भगवान है. तो यू कैन डू विथ फ्रिज. वहां फ्रिज नहीं लिखा, पानी से निकाला और शेप दिया. अबाउट दिस यू मस्ट आस्क क्वेश्चन. Thereafter, tasya abhidhyanat, just he did contemplation on that Virat Purusha. Then mukhadi nirbhinnam, just like that the mukha, the mouth, the ears, the eyes, all of them got protruded from that pinda, Brahmana pinda, just because of his meditation. You have to ask a question about this also. Then mukhadibhyaha, from his all these मुखादि which निरभिन्न कि अज्ञादयः लोकपालाः, that अग्नि वायु they all have come, that is written. उसका भी तुम्हें डाउट करना चाहिए. फिर तेषां च अशनाया विपासादि संयोजनम, एंड भगवान ने जानबूझकर उनके अंदर अच्छे खासे थे हसना पिपासा डाल दिया as if to frustrate them. These are debatable question. Like yesterday match cricket, everything debatable. First to लेकर, if you see it negatively, but some places would have an improvement. Now it's over. They were a little more smarter and more prepared and more planned and executed plans. Conscious they were, aware they were. Therefore, disappointing 140 crores, they took the cup and gone. इंक्वायर करना है तो यहाँ भी यू शुड आस्क क्वेश्चन एवरीथिंग ना डिबेटेबल फिर लोकपाल तेषां च अशनाया पिपासादि संयोजनम एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज तद आयतन प्रार्थनम दे वांटेड द प्लेस टू स्टे देन तदर्थम गवादि अरे उनके लिए भगवान ने गाय अश्व ह्यूमन इत्यादि ले आए प्रदर्शनम सब लाके प्रदर्शन किया बेटा तुमको जो पसंद है उसमें घुस जाओ तेषां यथा आयतन प्रवेशम and they have entered exactly as they came from the main Purusha. Everything you have to question. सब कुछ क्वेश्चनेबल है यहाँ कोई भी दिमाग में नहीं बैठता आउट ऑफ श्रद्धा यू may accept it but logically nothing clicks to us and the most interesting thing is what सृष्टस्य अन्नस्य पलाय the food which was created for them to eat the food was running away and if food is jada how can it is running and its purpose is to be eaten by them how can it run away आपको ये भी प्रश्न पूछना चाहिए देन वागादि भी तद जिगृक्षा द वागादि इंद्रियाज वांटिंग टू कंज्यूम देम है ना अजिगृक्षत तन्ना शक्नोतु अग्रहीतुम ऑल दोस मंत्रास टंग ट्विस्टिंग व्हिच एंटेड मोर देन 7-8 days तो जिगृक्षा एतत् सर्वम ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस ऑल दीज पॉइंट्स सीमा विदारण प्रवेश समय they're all disputed as disputable as doubtable as questionable as the सीमा विदारण करके भगवान ने अंदर प्रवेश किया तो तुमको तो इतना सवाल पूछना चाहिए एक ही पूछ रहे हो तुम तो then immediately पूर्वपक्षी says अस्तु तरहि सर्वम एव इदम अनुबन्धम इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ गुरु महाराज you are in line with my thinking whatever it is never non acceptable तो सारा वेस्ट था जो भी बताया immediately guru says no not so then what is the answer come tomorrow we will listen it कल देखेंगे क्या वो जवाब देंगे इतने प्रश्नों का एक ही होलसेल आंसर and he gives an example those two fully satisfying answers they are for all these things जो प्रश्न उसने पूछा उस प्रश्न को गुरु ने 10 सवाल जोड़ी इन सब का आंसर और उदाहरण मिलेंगे उससे तृप्ति हो जाएगी हमको नो डाउट एट ऑल अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फर्स्ट टॉपिक वाज व्हाट एक्चुअल वाक्यार्थ क्या है ये सारे तीनों खंडों का नाउ द क्वेश्चन how all these things to be understood the prakriya of the creation etc which is appearing to be mind boggling भगवान है ठीक है मानते हैं he can do anything but how come all that answer will be given this is the answer actually then comes the three purushas discussion that's how slowly we are made subtle to they're all contemplative I speak to you without my contemplation I can't understand you listen but don't do चर्चा विचारणा फिर हमके अंदर समझ के रूप में नहीं जाएगा वो we have to understand them through contemplation. Let's see them tomorrow. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु now you understand how easy to tell the kahani of Bhagavad Ramayana how easy to tell something in the world Vyavahara and how tough it is to discuss on the Upanishads and pure Vedanta. You know, you just say, remember how our great Rishi, Muni, Guru were going through all those inner toughnesses to first of all bring the Antakarana to the contemplative level and mood and desire, readiness. Then use it. Then discover these sublime truths and present them to us through this, through the Guru Shishya Parampara. Isn't it? यू कैन टॉक ऑन एनी टॉपिक, ऑल ग्रास. एक गाय के बारे में बात करो, 4 पाँव है, सफेद है, दूध देता है, घास खाकर. एनीबडी कैन टॉक. स्थूल विषयों के बारे में मारना आसान होता है, गप्पे मारना, ऑल ऑफ दैट इट इज इजी. बट अबाउट द सेल्फ, ओह, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सेल्फ इज यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा. एंड येट प्लीज अप्रिशिएट द ग्लोरी एंड कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ अवर ऋषि मुनि परंपरा. बहुत बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट. ठीक है, विल सी टुमारो. ओम शांति शांति शांति.